This is the Dubai you know: skyscrapers, influencers, abundant wealth, ambitious projects, continuous construction activities, and the main international attraction. It is a symbol of opulence, luxury, and prosperity, a success story that emerged from the desert. However, if we delve beyond the surface, we discover a much more intriguing narrative. Behind the extravagance and glamour, Dubai is, in fact, a capital-generating machine driven by a strategic vision, meticulous planning, and extraordinarily insightful decisions. These choices have culminated in the creation of a unique environment, a business model radically different from those of the most developed countries in the world. This model helped Dubai become the first successful economy in the Gulf after the depletion of oil reserves. However, something fundamental has changed. After decades of uninterrupted success, Dubai's economic engine is now in serious jeopardy for the first time. To ensure its survival, the emirate must undertake a radical shift in the very near future. How did it become so robust initially? Why is this robustness no longer sufficient? And, most importantly, what is the fate awaiting the Dubai miracle? Well, stick with me in this video, and you'll understand everything. You know the drill: grab some popcorn, hit the like button, and let's get into it. To understand the challenges currently affecting Dubai, it is necessary to go back in time and analyze how the city achieved its initial wealth. It all began in the 1960s when Dubai was just a small, economically deprived fishing village with little in common with the metropolis we know today. However, two crucial events changed its destiny. First, much like in several other locations around the Persian Gulf, Dubai discovered oil. Although its reserves were relatively modest compared to other regions, this meant that the small city suddenly had considerable wealth. Second, Dubai got a new leader, Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum, who adopted a visionary outlook for Dubai from the early days. The Sheikh recognized a different reality from most of his neighbors. Dubai's oil reserves were not large enough to ensure long-term prosperity. They would be depleted in a few decades, making it essential to smartly use oil money while it was still available to ensure survival after its exhaustion. This strategic foresight was remarkable, especially considering that Dubai was surrounded by other Gulf states that were splurging money as oil revenues increased. The Sheikh directed these resources towards the rapid construction of the infrastructure needed to connect Dubai to the rest of the world. This included the expansion of roads, airports, and hotels. Additionally, Dubai was fortunate to come across a unique opportunity. At the time, another city in the Middle East occupied a similar position to what Dubai has today. That city was Beirut, the capital of Lebanon, also known as the Paris of the Middle East. However, in the 1970s, the Lebanese civil war devastated Beirut, turning the once-known hub of entertainment and wealth into a vacant location. The ruler of Dubai relaxed regulations, allowing Western banks, accountants, and law firms to establish branches in the region, creating a secure and friendly environment for the West. This attracted the wealthy elite from across the Middle East, who deposited their money in Dubai. In Beirut, a fund transfer began towards banks in Dubai, where a wide range of professional services was now available locally. This eliminated the need to fly to London or Zurich to hire high-quality Western lawyers, further enhancing convenience. Dubai's ruler promptly responded to this shift by rapidly expanding the local airport and establishing its own airline. These actions not only made Dubai more accessible but also diverted traffic from other airports in the region, turning Dubai into a major air hub for the Middle East and North Africa. Consequently, it attracted more tourists who contributed to the growth of shops, hotels, and restaurants. Since the mid-1990s, the government of Dubai has implemented another strategic plan. This involved importing millions of workers from India and Pakistan as cheap labor for construction sites while investing the remaining oil money in building a large number of real estate projects. Following the maxim "if you build it, they will come," Dubai initiated a series of grand real estate projects, attracting more tourists and businesses and ultimately reducing its dependence on oil. Currently, oil revenues account for less than 5% of its GDP. The secret to the Dubai miracle lies in the construction industry and a business ecosystem focused on tourism and retail. The latter benefits both from tourists and from the banking and financial services provided by foreign companies to the Middle East's elites. This economic model is very different from more developed nations, as Dubai lacks significant natural resources and depends almost entirely on foreign investment. However, this successful model may face challenges in the near future. Dubai's luck and misfortune lie in its scarcity of oil resources compared to other Gulf nations. This forced it to seek alternative revenue sources but also gave it a competitive advantage, as Gulf countries spent their oil revenues in Dubai, leaving the city virtually without competition. But this dynamic is changing rapidly and not for the better. According to the IMF, Gulf countries face a high risk of depleting their financial reserves by the year 2034, posing a threat to their future economic stability. This means they need to undergo a complete restructuring of their economies much faster than initially anticipated. Otherwise, they may face highly unfavorable scenarios. The oil-rich Gulf countries are well aware of this reality and, in response, have announced ambitious plans to reshape their economies and reduce their dependence on oil in the coming years. An example is Saudi Arabia with its Vision 2030 initiative. However, this perspective represents a significant challenge for Dubai. The reason is that the strategy adopted by Gulf countries to overcome this crisis is essentially copying Dubai's economic model. Everyone is taking a similar approach, relaxing regulations, attracting tourists, and making investments in ambitious construction projects, something Dubai has successfully done for decades. However, this approach means that Dubai will no longer be the only city in the region offering these attractions. Instead, all its neighbors will be competing to do the same. This will drastically alter the supply and demand dynamics in the Gulf region in the coming years, with serious implications for Dubai. This poses a threat to the real estate sector and the construction industry, which were previously primarily funded by Dubai's oil revenues. Now, these sectors depend largely on foreign investments for the development of new properties and on foreign buyers, often interested in short-term investments, to acquire these properties. This dynamic is exacerbated by the fact that the majority of Dubai's population consists of foreigners who came to work, as it is extremely difficult for them to obtain citizenship in the United Arab Emirates. As a result, most properties in Dubai are acquired as temporary investments rather than permanent residences. Currently, Dubai has the advantage of having highly competent leadership that has already demonstrated its ability for long-term strategic planning. They are fully aware of the challenging situation the city is in and are committed to completely restructuring Dubai's economic model before reaching a deadlock. That's why, in January of this year, they announced their new economic vision. This vision aims to transform Dubai into a genuine economy based on local businesses, cutting-edge technology, and an educated population. However, this transformation needs to occur in a very short time frame and won't be an easy task, given that Dubai currently relies almost entirely on foreign workers and investments. The local population is relatively small, and the city lacks a high-quality education system, a developed industry, or a highly skilled local workforce. It's important to note that this doesn't imply that Dubai is on the verge of collapse. The problems may not manifest immediately, in the next few months, or even in the next year. However, it is undeniable that Dubai is entering a new phase, and the success of this transition will determine whether Dubai's economic miracle will persist in the long term or not. Also, find out about Saudi Arabia's strategy in recruiting sports stars in the video currently playing on your screen. As always, thank you very much for watching.